Today, I'd like to talk about multiplication of multi-digit numbers, or as I like to call it, multi-multi. You'll need two things. One is an understanding of how to do 1 times 1 digit numbers or 2 times 1 digit numbers, and either a handy-dandy multiplication chart or memorization of that multiplication chart, which is what I actually highly recommend. Let's take a quick look at how to do the 2-digit by 1-digit number multiplication. Just to review. First of all, we're going to look at 8 times 3. Answer is 24. I put down the 4 and I carry the 2. And then I'm going to look at 5 times 8, which is 40 plus 2. I'm going to put the 2 underneath the 5 and the 4 just to the left of that. Now, if I make this more complicated, I'm going to do 53 times 20. Okay? Same kind of idea, but I want to look at the actual 20 first. I'm going to pretend that we're going to multiply each of these numbers by this entire number. 20 times 3 is 60. I'm going to put down the 6 and the 0. The tens digit stays here underneath the 2. 60, the 6 is in the tens column, so this is where it's going to go. Next I'm going to do is 2 times 5, and that is, 20 times 5, and that is 100. I'm going to leave the 0 down here. We're going to pretend it's there. I'll actually put it underneath kind of small. I'll put a 0 and a 1, because 20 times 5 is 100. So we put the 1, 0, 0. And if we can neaten that up a little bit, 0, 6, 0, 1. 53 times 20 is 1060. Now it's important that you notice where these different digits go, because next we're going to do 53 times 28. I want you to notice something. First of all, I'm doing times 8, and then I'm doing times 20, because 28 is equal to 20 plus 8. And when we multiplying by 28, we can simplify it by instead doing it in 2 steps. Multiply by 20, multiply by 8. And in this case, we're going to do it in the reverse order. Okay? So we're going to do, start off with 53 times 8. We've done it over here. We'll do it again. 8 times 3 is 24. Put the 2 up top. 8 times 5 is 40. Drop the 2 and put that down there. Now, one thing that people typically do is they will put a 0 right here. And we're going to do that too, but I want to explain why. Because we're not doing 2 times 3. We're doing 20 times 3. And 20 times 3 is 60. Okay? So we'll put that down there. 2 times 3 is 6, but really it's 60. Then I'm going to come back up here. I don't have anything to carry, so I'm just going to do straight 2 times 5. And 2 times 5 is 10. I draw my line across. I put my addition mark, and I drop down the numbers. I'm going to add 2 plus 6 is 8, 4 plus 0 is 4, and 1 plus 0 is nada. So what I've done is 424 for this, 1060 for that. We'll see those numbers right here and here. And then I'm going to add them together. So I'm adding my 424, which is what I got from 53 times 8. And I'm going to add it to my 1060, which is what I got from 20 times 53. Okay? I put them all together. I've got my 424, I've got my 1060. I add them up to my 1484. Let's do another one just to make it a little bit more clear, a little bit of review. I need a new problem, and this time I'm going to do 46 times 33. Okay? I'm going to start off, as always, with the number on the far right of the bottom row. I'm going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 gives me 13. 30 times 6 is 180. And this one's a little bit trickier because I actually have to carry. I'm not actually going to put down that 1 just yet. I'm going to put down the 80, carry the 1, and I'm going to do 3 times 4 is 12 also, plus 13. Okay? And this is an interesting one because I'm multiplying 46 by 3, and then I'm multiplying it by 30. And as you may remember, whenever we multiply something by 10, all we're going to do is we are going to add a 0 to it. And that's what we did here. We started it with 138 as we did 46 times 3, and then we added a 10 to it. So what we did was we shifted everything, so what was in the ones column is now in the tens column. What was in the tens column is now in the hundreds. What was in the hundreds column is now in the thousands. And then I'm going to add these together. 3 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 8 is 11, so I'm going to bring that down. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5, and 1 is 1. So 46 times 33 is 1,518. This principle continues if we're doing 3-digit by 3-digit numbers. So let's say we've got 241 times 329. We're always going to start with the digit in the ones column on the bottom and go across. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 3 gives me 21. And then I'm going to go 20 times 1 is 20. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to go to this hundreds column, which is the last one I need to do. 300 times 1 is 300. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to drop the 2, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. What you'll notice also is the first row, we just write the numbers down. The second row, I'm always going to have a 0, 1 0 in the first column, in the ones column. In the third row, I'm always going to have at least 2 zeros in that column. Then I add them up. 9 plus 0 is 9. 6 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 8 plus 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 4 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. And I drop the 7. So 79,289 is the answer to 241 times 329. I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you've got questions or comments.